Hello, I am Anusha and welcome to Storytime. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Ride, Ricardo, Ride by Phil Cummings and Shane Devries. Ready? Okay. Ricardo loved to ride his bike through the village. His silver handlebars sparkled like fresh snow in sunshine. He rode under endless open skies, quiet and clear. As he rode, his father would clap and say, "Ride, Ricardo, ride!" Guys, well, Ricardo loves his bike and he rode under endless open skies and quiet and clear, guys. He loves his bike. He loves his bike so much, as you can see, and that's Ricardo and his bike. Ricardo laughed. The breeze brushed his face and air smelled of wildflowers. Ricardo rode every day. Now guys, he's in his village and he loves his bike and he's just riding it every day, and that's his dad watching him. As you can see, he's riding over the village. He's passing down to the village and he's just saying hello to everybody, and he's just doing everything in his bike because he loves his bike. He loves his bike. Until the shadows came. Now guys, as he was riding in a normal day as usual, and as he loved his bike, but then again he stopped because something happened that day. Something happened. The shadows came, and the shadow looks like a line of soldiers, guys. Until the shadows came. They stretched across his walls and darkened his windows. There was shouting, engines roared, and the thunderous rhythm of marching feet pounded the streets. Ricardo hit. The skies were no longer clear and never quiet. Now guys, he loved his bike until one day the shadows came and everything changed. Everything changed, guys. As you can see, he can no longer ride his bike because the skies were no longer clear and the roads were no longer clear, and then again it was never quiet, and he hid with his bike, guys. In the chill of a once warm kitchen, Ricardo's father whispered, "Do not ride, Ricardo. We must hide your bike away." "Why, father?" "If we don't, the shadows will take it and it will be lost forever." Now guys, his father is reassuring him not to ride his bike because it's not safe anymore. It's not safe and it's not quite to go out with his bike anymore. And now, as you can see, he's inside with his bike with him. One night, when there was no moon, no shadows, Ricardo and his father took his bike to pieces. His father put his finger to his lips. "Shh," he said. Together they hid the bike away. Now guys, as you can see, they're trying to hide their bike, and they're trying to take the bike into pieces. Just took apart the bike pieces, and they're trying to hide it in their house, as you can see. The shadows stayed through the long days and dark nights. In the darkest one of these nights, Ricardo's father went out and was lost to the shadows. Ricardo wept and wept. No, guys, as you can see, now it's been a hard day. It's been hard, days and nights for them. As you can see, they cannot go out because of the shadows, because of the armies, because of the war. They cannot go out. He's not able to ride his bike, and there's been an endless amount of meetings, and then one day Ricardo's dad went out and didn't even come back, and Ricardo wept and wept. As you can see, now this is the village, and there's been attack in the village, and that's the picture, and now it's rubble, guys. The house is rubble, everything is rubble, and it's devastating for them. As you can see, the streets are no longer shame. The streets are no longer shame. There are rubbles everywhere. Buildings have fallen down. People are crying. They are sad. And Ricardo wondered if he would ever ride again. Now the hope was lost at the moment, at that exact moment. As you can see in the illustration, everything is so dark and there is no road to ride his bike. His father is gone and there's nothing. I don't think anything will be same again for them. As you can see, there were many sleepless nights, and the village was often shrouded in a veil of drifting barrel smoke. One night, when the rumble of angry guns was so close that explosions brought a sunset glow to his window, Ricardo heard the shadows running. They were frightened like him. Now, guys, as you can see, now there's been a very dark time for them, and well, as you can see there, he has seen the shadows marching and fighting, and all the angry guns. But then again, one day they hear all the shadows running. They were frightened too. The day the last shadow faded, the smell of angry smoke drifted away, and there was dancing and laughter. Now, guys, I think they've won. And finally, the shadows all faded away, and now there's been a celebration. As you can see, everybody's together, and they are dancing to celebrate peace at last. And that night, in the liberating light of full moonlight, Ricardo found the pieces of his bike. Now this is the place where his house stood once, and now he found his bike. He found the pieces of his bike and put them back together just as his father would have done. He had grown. Now he learned from his father, and he put his bike together. He assembled his bike together just like his father taught him, as you can see. And now he's just so excited. He's just so excited to put his bike together and just ride it again. The next day, under open skies quiet and clear, Ricardo rode his bike through the village. His silver handlebars sparkled like fresh snow in the sunshine. Now, guys, he thought he'd never see this moment again in all that darkness. But again, there you go. He is smiling again, riding his bike again, feeling the fresh snow in sunshine. He rode out into the hills. The memory of his father's voice echoed. Ride, Ricardo, ride. Now his father, he's remembering his father's voice of assuring him, father's voice of motivating him, and he's just loving riding his bike, guys. As you can see, and there's a new beginning. There's new hope for him. That's so beautiful. To real Ricardo, PC. For Alps, your support and encouragement bring joy to my artistic adventures. ST. What an amazing, hopeful book, guys. What an amazing book. Ride, Ricardo, Ride by Phil Cummings and Shane Devries.